the engorgement and then the orgasm. And then you mentioned the word matriarchal sex, and that's the first time I've ever heard that. This is very interesting. I know there's tremendous shift in our social structure, especially between men and women. There's huge shift. You're seeing all kinds of things that you haven't seen in 50, 100 years prior. Even just the fact that nowadays there's so many women who are with younger partners, who are with men that are 15, 20 years younger than them. Yeah. And this was only seen between, for older men and younger women. But now, I'm encountering, my own patients and friends. It seems like it's popping up everywhere. So there's a big shift. So what do you think, how does this matriarchal sex, how is that related to this social shift?
Well, women are starting to say, what I find most common is that I go onto a podcast and I say, would you like me to tell you what matriarchal sex is like compared to what we've been doing? And I describe that, the time, the worship, the adoration, the patience, the allowing ourselves to have the stimulation that we need. And women are like, God, yeah, that's what I want. And when you have an older woman with a younger man, there is a dynamic where you're going to tell him what you want and he's going to give it to you. Where the men that are our age, they've probably grown up in the, well, I'm just going to grab a boob and stick it in, and that's the way it is. And the younger guy, so I think there's some courage that you get as a woman when you are dealing with someone who's a little younger, and you can kind of boss them around a little bit and be like, here's what I'm going to need. I'm going to need you to go down on me for like about 10 or 15 minutes. And I'm going to need you to brush my hair, and I'm going to need a foot rub, and, like whatever it is you want. I'm going to need you to take some pictures of me in this lingerie that are really good, whatever you want, and they'll do it. The thing is that all men will do that. All men are slaves to the yoni. When you know what you want and you ask for it, they will give it to you. 99.9% of them will. No, but, okay, take the sociopaths and the assholes and get rid of them. Like, I can't fix them. They're there. You just have to avoid them. When you find out you're dating one, you have to leave immediately. That's not good. But you're talking about your basic nice dudes. They will do whatever you want. They just want you to tell them what you want. The problem is that we women have not been seeing what we want or hearing what we want because, in the grand scheme of things, where is our sexuality? You can't talk about sex on Instagram. You can't talk about sex on Facebook. You can't talk about sex on television. You can't. The only thing we see are the patriarchal crap that's out there. So we have to take it upon ourselves to figure out what it is that feels good to us, that we need in that moment, and ask our partners for it and be willing to step up and stand for our own desire. And some women will do that. Some women who are listening to this podcast today, they'll be like, damn, I'm just going to start thinking about what I want and asking for it. And they're going to get it. And their sex life is going to get better because they are going to slow down and take what they need instead of feeling rushed by the patriarchal paradigm that we've been swimming in since we were born.